KB, just like Caden Bryan, and Peyton Noah. Appreciate you guys jumping on the podcast today. Jumping into it. So you guys run one of the largest solar teams in the country, let alone the United States and the world. That's hard work. There's people that have been in the space for a decade that haven't achieved a quarter of what you guys have achieved in the last 4 years. That's phenomenal. Tell me, like, what did you do to get to that point? How did you do it quicker than others? What about your culture and systems did you guys do to like excel that fast compared to the rest of the country?
And you want to start off?
Yeah, I guess to start off, like, one, thank you for having us on. I appreciate it. I mean, it goes to start at the very beginning, right? Like, it's not built over one night, and it starts with you as a leader and having a vision and seeing, hey, like, it's a mountain, and you got to start climbing it eventually. A lot of people in our industry want to wait and push off building and growing and saying, hey, I'll do it closer to when people get out of school or closer to summer. And, you know, the longer you put that stuff off, you just delay the climbing the mountain. And, you know, when you start, you don't have a lot of people with you. Like, it was just me and Caden, and we drove to Central Washington at 5 a.m. in the morning. We drove 12 hours to Montana State. I mean, even last year, me driving from Arizona to go and stay with Garrick for every weekend in San Diego to hit up die events, you know, that was just myself, right? And, you know, not everybody's gonna see the vision right away, and that's okay. Like, you have to show people by examples, by getting out there and doing what not a lot of other people would do, right?
Leading from the front.
Yeah, totally. And I think, you know, those drives where it's like people look at it and it's like, oh, I have to go drive 12 hours to a career fair. And it's like, I get to go drive 12 hours to a career fair, and I get to go do it with Caden and people I actually enjoy working with. And those experiences where, you know, we were just talking about it, like how much snow was there, and we're out in the middle, like trying to get Taco Bell at like 12 at night, and there's nothing like around, and just stuff like that. And, you know, you start building those, I guess, you know, situations for people to join you, and it's fun. Like, we did U of A last year. We had 3 people come and join, and we use that on our Instagram to be able to recruit people and show people, hey, this is what we go do outside of the job, right? And just stuff like that. Like, and you just start climbing, and then eventually, you know, you got 5-10 people climbing with you, and you start looking at the view, and it's like, gosh, we built something pretty cool. And it's not just me, right? It's a collective group of people and a collective personalities that make our culture that you kind of were talking about enjoyable, and something that people want to join in and start climbing with you and building and creating the culture and making it richer, right? You talk about a rich culture. I think a rich culture is allowing people to be themselves, right? And everybody's so different, and that's the cool thing. Like, and you start putting different pieces of the puzzle together, and next thing you know, you got a sweet team that people want to come and work for, and it's fun to show up to work, and it's fun to go knock doors in an industry where, you know, people bash on knocking doors, we're salesmen. We're not salesmen. You know, we're out there just talking to people, and we get an opportunity to help people, right? And making that fun is really hard in this job, and it comes down to the people that you're around and relying on those guys to make it fun with you.
I like that.
Yeah. I would say big reason for, I think, a lot of our success in building this team is, I think, from day one when we got out there, it was, okay, how can we be better, right? Our first year was kind of both of our first real summers that we had done. We did very well in sales, both of us, and then directly after that summer, it was literally, I think after that, we've had a phone call every single day for the last 3 years. And it's been a constant of like, hey, how can we build this team? How can we make things better? How can we start recruiting more often? I think a big thing that changed for us is, I think we looked like our first year, we did a ton of recruiting when it came down to January, February, March. We just went at it as hard as we could, went to as many career fairs. We didn't necessarily call as much, and then we kind of took it to a different level next year, where we started calling more year-round in the off-season, in October, during the summers even. Peyton had the idea to start the Instagram, which brought us in more guys that way, kind of that started bringing in a lot of guys. Personally, I think the bigger the team, you can kind of get a better culture around it. With just so many guys, everybody wants to follow each other. When there's so many, if there's 40 guys going and doing the same thing, the other 10 guys that aren't are going to feel more obligated to do that, rather than if it's a 10-man team and 2 guys are just like, whatever, the rest of the team's not doing it, I'll just not do anything. I think that's been a big part of ours, and it's like Peyton was saying, it's a fun summer. These guys that come out here are all enjoy each other. And I mean, we're making it fun. We're gamifying the summers. We have like a
What are you guys doing in the summer to achieve the volume that you guys are doing?
We had like this year, which was really cool, and the guys loved it. We did basically a fantasy football version of sales. So all of the managers got together. We took up, I think it was like 7 teams. And every manager, we had a draft night. We went to a local ice cream spot, Manning's, as everybody knows. That place is the best ice cream in the world. But we'd go there, we drafted everybody from start to finish. So we were like,
that is
rookies.
awesome.
I want this guy.
Wow.
I want this guy. I want this guy. We went 2 rounds, and we didn't want anybody to be like the last pick or anything. So what we did was like, okay, we'll give it a 2-week, 3-week buffer, let them get some sales in, and we'll do a free agency. Basically. So everybody has some money. They have like $100. So then we had another meeting where it was like, okay, there's 10 guys left, right? And some of these guys developed to be really good guys that were like, oh, wow, I want this guy on my team, right? So we went and did this draft basically again, but this time you had to bid on the guys. So it'd be like, okay, Nathan's up right now. Okay, I'm going to bid $50 on him. But he sent in a text that said, I'm going to bid $60. Everybody had to send anonymous text messages. And then it'd be like, and then we'd text in our group chat and be like, with the number 1 overall pick, it was Nathan Young or whatever.
Wow.
And that kept guys all summer. The incentive, Peyton made it a cruise for the winning team. Every team had about 5 guys on it. Sales, it was just off of pure sales only. And the winning team got to go on a cruise, and guys were grinding that entire. We had like 4
How
weeks.
often would you guys do that?
Every week was a regular. So we did it through the whole summer. So every week was a regular season head-to-head matchup. So it'd be my team versus Peyton's team, right? And then Connor's team versus Hayden's team, and so on and so on. And then after about 5 weeks, we had records of every single team. So then we went into playoffs. So then we said, okay, well, this is the top team. They have a bye. These guys aren't the top teams. They have to duke it out to make the playoff spot. And then we got down to our final 2 guys, championship week. And it was like one of the biggest weeks for those guys, those teams in sales and everything. And a couple of these guys were like, dude, my main motivation, I don't even care about the money. I want to win this competition.
Yeah. And like every Monday at Core, we would do like our
I'm going to repeat that question. So what else would you guys do in the summer to like boost the production to the point you guys did?
Yeah. So like obviously like having like competitions like that, but I think just having structure, which would start Sunday night. So every Sunday night we would go to an ice cream parlor with our leaders, and we'd sit down and kind of just recap the week, right? And kind of go over our production, right? Because we mapped out essentially before we even got there how many deals we would have to hit each week to hit our goal over the summer. And making sure we were staying on track throughout the summer led to the summer being more enjoyable, because when you're all over the place and everybody's, not on the same page, gosh, there's so many different pieces moving throughout a day with car groups going out to area, people, cops getting called and all that stuff. So just making sure staying on track with, hey, Monday we're going to do motivation. Tuesday we're going to do a training on, hey, maybe this past week we had a lot of fall off on confirming our appointment. So Tuesday we're going to go over training on how to really confirm an appointment. Wednesday we're going to go over something, maybe we're going to make it fun. We're going to go out and do a field day where we do dodgeball, and it's not, hey, we're showing up and doing a meeting. And then Thursday, throw down Thursday, where we're going to throw in some healthy competition to make sure that, hey, these guys are competing not only with themselves, but also other people in a healthy way. And then Friday we'd usually try and keep it kind of like a little bit of training and short and sweet. And then Saturday, hype up, get out. And just having your week structured to be able to mix in, hey, we're gonna work and get better at this job, but we're gonna have some fun with it, right? Because you got 40 guys out there who are 19 to 23 years old, right? And I always say this, like, the last thing I want these guys to feel like during the summer is, hey, I'm showing up to a job. It's, hey, I get to show up to a group of 40 guys, not only make a crap ton of money, but also get a really good experience outside of this job. That's like the goal of it, right? And so I guess just structure, right? Having that structure and planning it out and sticking to it, right? Not deviating, because, you know, you can have a day where, you know, guys are going to go out and you're not going to see the production you want, right? Just because that was a Tuesday, you can't take away the fun on a Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Maybe fun is what they need to boost and have
Yeah.
a better day Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So little stuff like that, and just, you know, not letting your emotion, right, get to you and allow that to like dictate your team's energy, because, you know, as leaders, you have so many things that come up that you can get ticked off about, whether it be your personal life or, you know, the work stuff. So just making sure that's separate and not letting the emotion like play into that is important too, I think.
Super important.
Yeah, I don't think we ever let that the summer, tried to always make the summer not feel like it was completely a job 24/7, right? A lot of these guys, like, it's a very nice thing for me and Peyton is we are on the younger side, so we can go bond with these guys a lot more. We can go hang out with them on Saturday nights, Sundays, go play golf with a couple of them. I went and played golf with a few of the guys every Sunday. Even before core, we'd go out sometimes, try and get some holes in before golf. So I think we bonded with a lot of these guys individually really well, whether they were just brand new guys or leaders, which made them trust us a lot more and kind of want to do more work, all that kind of thing. I think that's a big thing, rather than just like somebody who's a bigger leader who you don't really see very often. It's like, okay, you know, this guy's my boss, he's just my boss, where it's like they don't want to like disrespect us, because we're also like they're friends, like we're good friends with them. Like they're not going to be like, you know, screw you, we're going to do that. Like they
you got
respect
an emotional
us,
attachment to them.
emotional attachment. Yeah, I think we became friends with, I mean, everybody on the team.
So
Everybody.
I got with that, like, I would like to know, you know, obviously you guys have massive goals that you're going to hit this year. What, for those individuals that are coming to work with you right now, or currently working with you right now, like, what does their life look like in 3 or 5 years by working with you? Where do you want to take the guys that maybe just be getting started, or, you know, in your guys' culture? Like, what does that look like for them, and where are you guys bringing them? What's your guys' vision?
Yeah. And that's like, that question has really been something that like we've kind of invested into the past, like, 3 months, I'd say. Because at the end of the day, this is a business, right? And you can look at it, we're in the business of people on the actual door with our customers, but I'm in the business of people that I work with, and making sure that, hey, you guys are now business owners, okay? And as you bring people into this space, you know, they're going to look up to you, and they need to know, what's the business plan? What's your business plan? What do you want this summer, right? And outlining, okay, this summer we understand it's point A to point B, okay? But you need to understand, like, reverse engineering this is so much easier than, you know, looking at it 5 years from now, because 5 years, there's a lot that can happen in 5 years, 3 years that can happen. And something that also like sticks to it is, like, nobody's married to this game, right? And you got to work every day that, hey, you know, I got to work on a 1-day plan, 2-day plan, 3-day plan, and then a 7-day plan. But for us, like, just letting these guys know, hey, you're a business owner now, and you have to start treating this such as, and start understanding, like, you have to have your own vision for this, because I have mine and we have ours where we want to go as a team. And I have a good idea, like, individually where you should be, but at the end of the day, you have your own dream and goal, and it's our job to help you get there.
Working together as like a community.
Yeah.
Really hitting everybody's goal, because everyone's goal might be different.
And
what's your guys' like team goal though? Because like there's something that you guys are doing that's different than most people in the space, and they're wondering, like, what's that secret thing to like build the army like you guys have done. How do you guys build that army?
I mean,
Beat everybody.
I'd say, I mean, I was lucky enough, like, when I first started, like, there were some good leaders and people who were absolute, like, legends in this space, and are still legends in this space, and how they operated, I feel like, on a level where, you know, it was in what's in it for me level. And for and that's an important question to ask. And I think obviously you want to make sure like, you're taking care of yourself. But what I've noticed that's really helped me explode from last summer to this summer is really pouring into my guys and making sure that they're in the best position. And I'm making sure that's financially, leadership wise, growth wise, making sure that, hey, we have career fairs that they can go attend to, so that there's call jams that they can go on to. Like, there's no excuse not to grow.
Yeah.
And I think the more you start to realize that, hey, we're doing this for them and not me, because we're going to make money regardless. Like, there's great money in this industry, but it's allowing other people to see that money and show the path of, hey, look, I want you in my position. Like, you should be taking my job, right? Now that's not going to happen, but the idea of like, hey, I want you to be in a position like me where you're calling and setting an interview, and you're doing the final interview, and you're doing the training. Showing them that and allowing them to do that is key, because I think in our space, like, you can make it about money, but if people don't have growth in a path to, hey, I can be in this spot and make this a career, then people are gonna make the money and leave. You gotta make it a career and give them the position and the path to get there. But that's what I've noticed, just because a lot of people just want to make it about me and put, hey, I'm in this spot and I want to stay in this spot and keep you in this spot. And that's how you stay in a spot of 20 people, right?
Yeah.
How you get to 40, 50, 60 people is you allow people to be themselves, and you allow people to go where they want to go, right?
Trust them.
Yeah, trust them. Yeah. And you're going to get burned, and it's not going to work out for everybody, and you're going to learn, and that's the cool thing. Like,
I'm going to repeat that question. So how did you go from, like, a lot of people wonder scaling, how do you go from the 20 to 40 and then explode to the 60, 80 plus person team like you guys have?
I don't think we were ever at 20, really. When we started, 40 was like, 40, 50 was like what we were always, like, last year we started out.
Well, it started out with just you two.
Yeah.
Like, originally, like, it was like one person, then another, then another. Like, how'd you guys get from where you guys started to 60 plus individuals in the summer that you're managing so quickly?
Yeah.
Well, and you hit some points there. Like, what did you guys do?
I mean, like,
Was it trust?
I mean, I would say when you get to a certain level, like, of 10 people, 15 people, you can't do it yourself. And so you do have to trust other people and delegate and I'll show them, hey, like, this is how I did it. Okay. And how I did it, you don't have to do it my way. Like, you can tweak it however you want. If I trained a certain way and you said, gosh, I liked a couple things you did, but hey, there's some things I didn't like, allowing people to tweak that and allow them to, manage them their own style.
Yeah.
Right. And
Seems like trust.
yeah, it's not a one size fits all like system. Right.
Yeah.
And allowing these people to be who they truly are, whether it be, you look at guys like Connor McAfee. Connor McAfee is a firecracker. Like, he brings a lot of energy, and that's what all of his guys bring energy. They're really upbeat guys. And you look at guys like Connor Noah, really, yes, they got good energy, but they're a lot more dialed in on, hey, I'm a lot more professional when I come across, right? And I think it's just allowing people to be themselves and manage that way, and showing them, hey, look, I'm gonna give you every reason to grow your team, and like you said, leading from the front with opportunities, right? You can't tell people to go to career fairs and not be there, right? You got to find a way to get there and show these guys, because a lot of people don't know what they're doing, right? I mean, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing some days, right? And so just being able to learn and show these guys, like, hey, look, there's a process to this thing, and it's going to be different than how I did it. I'm going to help you along the way, and we're going to figure this thing out together.
Love that.